Well, I mean, we both. She did not like horror when we first started dating. She was terrified of zombies. She had zombie nightmares all the time when she was stressed. But slowly through our relationship, we started watching more horror films and stuff, and she started getting really into it. And then that was kind of our thing. So when we were thinking about where we wanted to have our wedding, which we always knew we were going to have one, we just didn't really know. We always were like, oh, we want it to be small. We don't want it to be a big deal, but. The idea of having a wedding somewhere that feels like home is like a big deal, and I think that there was just no question that it would be here, where we've done so many shows together. We do Night of the Living Dead every year, and Santa Claus Conquers the Martians together. And so I think that once we figured that out, we kind of realized, well, if we're doing it at a theater, why don't we kind of turn it into a little bit of a theatrical piece, you know? And it kind of got carried away from there, but it was fun, yeah.
I am called to names, you love.
No! This is my wedding, Nate!
No, I'm not Nate, I have a cake. I am called to names, you love.
Hey! Alex! Is that you?
Hey, Jaycob, what's up?
I got a call. Emergency call. There's a lot of paranormal activity going on around here. Have you seen anything abnormal?
Yeah, that's an understatement. I performed an exorcism. Nate is Dracula. He didn't sound like that before.
Considering the fact that we did it together, Brian was a big part of it, and his experience obviously, and our comfort with him, but the fact that everyone that we were working with, they were our wedding party, they're our friends, and they were excited from the get-go, so there wasn't any kind of oh, that's weird, sure, I'll do what you want, it's your wedding. Everyone was 100% on board right away, so yeah.
Which will I ask, is there anyone here who has objections to this union? If so, you may speak now or forever hold your peace.
Show got an invitation, but
They came to me, they said, we need to get married before the end of the year. And I was like, oh, okay, wonderful. They're all, is there any weekends that we could do it at the Maverick? And I'm all, oh, you want to do it here? Interesting. I go, well, the only set will be up is Night of the Living Dead, other than Santa Claus. And they're all, well, we're going to do Night of the Living Dead. And I was like, okay. And we want you to officiate it, if you will. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. My theater, my set, this will be fun. Why not? And then I heard their theme, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. I'm so very happy for both of you. I cannot wait to see some of these milestones that you will be sharing together. Perhaps in the future, a newborn. That day comes, I know you will make the right decision and name him Brian. But it was fun, and I helped a little bit with the script. I did the sound design, which was a ton of fun, all those movie references. And then the lights, and of course, had to add a little color to give it a little bit of a ceremonial feel. And Hailey, she did all the decorations up here, and Jaycob did all the rest of it. And so it was a very homegrown type of wedding and feel. You know, all the friends came together. The reception's going to be over at a couple of friends' house, you know. Most, I would say, 90% of the people that came to the show tonight are Maverick actors, you know, so it was an extended family, so to speak, that all kind of came here to do this, and that was great, and I was really taken by that. I really enjoyed having everybody here, all the people I've seen, you know, mature, marry, you know, turn into adults and stuff like that, and they're all here gathered. You know, it's a wonderful milestone, and it's a great one to share with everybody, you know, doing this kind of stuff. Jaycob, in front of those gathered here today, do you take Hailey to be your wife, to stay by her through sickness and in health, through failure and success, through times of sorrow and times of joy, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Hailey, in front of all of these gathered today, do you take Jaycob to be your husband, to stay with him through sickness and health, through failure and success, through times of sorrow and times of joy, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
It gives me great joy to present Jaycob and Hailey, husband and wife.
We just really wanted people to have a good time. I think that, you know, we've been to a couple weddings and they're always nice, but they just didn't seem like us. And the idea of asking, you know, our friends to like go out and spend $200 on a dress they'll probably never wear again. It was so much more fun to say, hey, do you want to be Frankenstein and the bride? And they were so excited. They were like, we've been wanting to make these costumes forever. So, and then Frank with the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That was the name of the game with this. It's just fun. We wanted everyone to have a good time.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Just the planning of it and acting it out and coming up with the concept and it was just, I didn't realize how emotional it was going to be. Like I just finished crying. I've been crying ever since the ceremony started and I think we all kind of have been on and off and just how much it means, you know, the love between all of us and the experiences we have together and how much, we just know how much we've been through with each other and it was such a great thing to be able to be asked in the first place and to have a ceremony that just kind of highlights all of our characters and all of our relationships in different ways and hopefully that answers the question well, but it was such a fun experience and it just felt so personal and they catered it to us as well of like how can you can you guys be in this with us, like what do you want to do, like here's what we would like you to do, and it was just such a collaboration between all of us and the way we coordinated things and it was just like it felt like such a fun party that was like honoring all of our connections.
I think a lot of it started because Chris and I met at the Maverick, and it's such a special place to us, and so it is our family. And then you spend so much time with these people in such an interesting environment, and there's so much trust that's built. You trust that you're not going to get dropped, you're not going to get hit, the choreography is going to be on, and it creates a bond. And after doing the show for 13 years and seeing these faces every year, it just becomes a connection. And we do stuff outside of the show now, and we get together and we have family dinners and we have barbecues. And I think for us with this wedding, it's our way of paying it forward. We had a lot of help when we got married, and it made it that much more special. And so this was something that we could give back to them so that they could have the wedding they wanted. And actually, we got married in the front yard, so that makes it even more special to us. And it was an easy yes. So when they were talking about planning their wedding, it was like, we can do something to help. And so it was an easy decision.
Very much so, very much so. So, being able to be a part of it in some capacity, whether it was just helping out with the decorating, all that stuff. Some of us have been fortunate to be in the wedding party, which was awesome, and stuff like that. But yeah, and that's the way we've always been, is that we're there for each other. We hang out with each other when we're not doing the shows throughout the year and stuff like that. So it's super awesome to be able to be here for Jaycob and Hailey and be able to do that type of stuff.
That was awesome. It was awesome. Like just to be a part of that, and when he asked us to be in the wedding, it was like, okay. I think he talked to you about who he wanted to be, and did you tell him, or did they
They picked it for
They
us.
picked it. Okay.
They assigned the roles.
Okay, it makes sense. It makes
Yeah,
sense.
Hailey
Yeah.
picked roles that she associated us with one reason or another, and
Got it.
whether it was a favorite or the character themselves and what she sees in us or our relationship. And so she and Jaycob assigned the roles based on who we are to them, and you know, of course, classic horror monsters.
Yes.
You know, she had to choose one, but.
And so me being the chemist and you being the bride of Frankenstein, you know.
Mr. Redhead.
You know, yeah. So typecasting all around.
Maybe.
Yeah.